In the last video we dismantled the front end of my crash damaged Audi TTS to determine what parts needed replacing. I'm just checking for any damage and I can't see any whatsoever. And in this video we're going to rebuild the front end as much as we can, start the car up and run it up to temperature. Now after removing these radiators we found that 2 out of 3 of them were definitely damaged, and the intercooler might be, but you know what, let's just see if we can get a full rad pack. To that end I started a search on the internet for parts, and I couldn't believe my luck when I stumbled upon this deal. This guy was selling a white bonnet or hood, a white passenger wing or fender, a full set of radiators and a radiator support all in one package. It's as if he knew this exact car and was selling the parts that I need for it. So I started communications with the guy, struck a deal with him, and here are the parts. Yes, the bonnet's in need of a bit of wear, but they're not dents, they're just scratches to the paint, so it would have needed painting anyway. The guy even sent me the hinges, which weren't in the listing, because he said, "Man, will probably be bent." I've also managed to get all these bits as well, but we'll have a look at those later. I'll reveal the prices for all that later on in the video when we do the price board. That just leaves this front bumper outstanding, but you know what? I think I might repair this. Or will I? I might do something very special. And to see if I do that, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing, but it really helps my channel out. So give this one a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to drop any comments what you want to see me do with this car. Right, enough talk, let's crack on and get this front end back together. What's in that box, you say? Never you mind. So first job on the cars is we just need to straighten this bar up. It's got a little bit of a bend in it there, and I'm sure that's not as it should be. So as you can see, I'm using a few pieces of wood here, so I'm only bending the part that needs to be bent. And now let's bring in the full core support with the radiators ready to be fitted. So now I've got to try and offer that whole core up to the front of the car and bolt it on. This is going to be fun. Wish me luck. So to make installation a bit easier on this, I've took the crash bar off there. We'll just actually install the core support. So I do have a slight issue when I put the core support on, and that it's just a little bit high at this side. The only thing I can think doing that is this. I think this has maybe took a little bit of a knock and gone up a little bit. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to measure from the bottom bracket down here to that hole, and it's measuring 360 mil. Now if we look at the other side, exact same measurements from there to that hole is 352. Ooh, well I think that little bit there, which is basically just the core support, has taken a little bit of a knock. So let's just bang that down a little bit, see if we can get it to match the same as this side. Right, that nice little tap has now got it the same distance between that bracket there to the hole where the core support goes, as the same on that side as well. Let's try the core support again. That's much better now. The holes line up on this side, and on that side it can go sideways a little bit more, but yeah, that should be better. Now we should now be able to get the crash bar back in place. Let's do that. Right, she's back on. So that's all the front core support on, and crash bar, everything went back nicely. So everything's tightened down, that needs to be on that. So what we need to do is get all the plugs in the back and all these coolant hoses, everything back on to the radiators. Right, radiator top hose, radiator bottom hose, aircon condenser pipes. Come on baby, just jiggle in. Yes, jiggle, 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 yep. And jiggle, 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 jiggle. And insert the bolts. This one here and the rear one. While we're here, let's get the charge cooler lower pipe. And the other charge cooler pipe, but while I'm here, I might as well plug in the radiator, so it's going to be easy without this pipe in the way. And put the pipe on. And the bonnet catch. Right guys, I'm not sure if you've seen one of these before, but these are a vacuum filling set to work with coolant. Now, the first thing we want to do is we connect the vacuum line into this part here. We connect this side here into the fill bottle with this bung, so that should hold that in there nicely. What we're going to do is leave this bit off because that's how you would fill it. We're not into filling, we're going to do a pressure test on this now. So all we need to do now is open this valve here and turn on the compressor. Now the compressor might kick in, so we'll see what happens. But what should happen is this gauge should hold a vacuum. Let's see. So there we go, we've now held a vacuum in the coolant system. So I'm going to leave this for 5 or 10 minutes and see if it retains that vacuum. If it does, that means we've got a coolant system without any leaks. And that's a good thing, right? So I'm going to leave that vacuum for 5 or 10 minutes while I nip to the shop and go get some coolant, because I realised I haven't got any. Great news guys, it's 15 minutes later and look at this, she's still holding vacuum, so that means I've got no coolant leaks. So the coolant I've just bought is a 50-50 mixture, so I'm just putting it in this bucket here. And refill this with water. And in goes the water. Yum, 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 yum. 10 litres of lovely coolant. Let's get it in the car. So this system is very good guys. You've got a weighted end here and I need to get this into the bottom of this bucket of coolant, like so. I need to keep it there. While all I need to do now is open this valve here and this should suck the coolant from there into the cooling system. Here we go. Look at that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire the car up and let it suck down the rest of the coolant, and then we should be able to top it up with what we've got left. Right, is this going to be my first startup without a coolant warning? Let's see. Ooh, no coolant warning. Yeah, we know that. Got no headlights. Yeah. Right, let's go check on that coolant. It's still at the minimum, so that's fine. But we'll let this warm up and we'll see what happens. Right, we've got no coolant warning, so that's good. And temperature is just starting to go up now. So I'm hoping we get to 90 and we settle at that. So I'll come back in 5 minutes, see where we're at. There we go then guys, we've been running for a good 10 minutes now and it's just coming up to 90, which I assume is operating temperature. Now, if the coolant weren't doing his job, that would have gone flying up a lot quicker, up to past the 90 mark. It hasn't, so I think we are good to go. So that's great news. Theoretically, this is a drivable car now. Apart from it hasn't got a wing on it, or a bumper, or any headlights. So as the new wing came with this bracket, I decided I'm going to remove this one because this is so flimsy, it could have taken a hit and be bent. So I might as well use the one with the new wing. Wing or fender fitted. Ooh, look at this. S-line? Yeah, definitely get rid of that. Gap, absolutely perfect down there. Gonna need a little bit more lining up when we get the bonnet on, so these bolts I'll just undo. I can get to these from here, that's not a problem. So let's get the washer bottle back in place. Now I have ordered a new cap because this one broke when I took it off, but I'm just going to put that one there for now, just to stop any muck going in there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some washer fluid in there so that it takes away the error off the dashboard. Let's do that. And that brings me nicely onto cost. So I said earlier on in this video, there was a man selling exactly what I wanted. So I managed to get the bonnet, wing and rad pack for £990 delivered. Bargain. So that now brings the total cost to date of this build at £5648.40. Still on target, I think. And unfortunately, that's going to be it for this episode. And in the next episode, we're going to be looking at getting these babies mounted. I'll tell you all about that in the next episode. And for you to see things like that, you need to subscribe to my channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it really helps me on the channel growth. Give it the thumbs up if you like this, and drop any comments below what you would like to see me do with this Audi TTS. Till next time, stay safe.